Make us another Dragon Ball series, we need more money. Okay. And that's how Daima was born. So let's just get into the story already. Goku is still the strongest in the universe, yes, stronger than even Ultimate Gohan. As we then get to see new characters, Goma and Degasu, characters who watched the Buu saga happen, and are surprised that the heroes could actually defeat not only Dabura, but also Majin Buu, and now are worried about the threat of Majin Buu and even the people who defeated him, and somehow Buu is still alive. It's just very confusing. Dr. Rinsu then appears, and she's pretty bad, but also bad in the other way as well, if you know what I mean, but she appears, and of course they feel threatened by her, but eventually get the nerve to go outside of the demon realm and even take a Namekian named Neva, who's extremely OP to the actual Dragon Ball world, to use their Dragon Balls, well, to turn them into kids so they're not a threat anymore. Trunks is 9, meaning this is another timeline besides Dragon Ball Super and Dragon Ball GT. We also learned things like Buu's insides actually did defuse Vegito in this timeline, and other things, showing the levity of Toriyama's writing and why he was a super genius. Anyway, after this point, it's just Goma and Degasu getting the wish to basically just turn everybody into kids after using Neva's OP powers to restore the Dragon Balls to use 2 wishes. Bro, this dude is way too OP. He literally restored the Dragon Balls from being from stone. Like, what is going on here? After making the wish, they then leave with Dende as they weren't willing to kill him. Well, I mean, at least Goma isn't as bad as Frieza. Oh god. Anyway, after this point, the heroes realize that they're kids now and are freaked out, eventually decide to knock down and try and find who stole Dende, and realizing it was Goma and Degasu, as Shin knows Degasu because, well, it's his brother, surprisingly. They decide to go after them, though before they could finish a ship on their own after like 10 days, somebody arrives named Glorio, who decides to take Goku and Shin to the Demon Realm. The trio arrive in the Demon Realm after dealing with Warp Sama, and eventually reach a hotel, and after a couple days, their ship gets stolen because they were salty that they were beaten up last time as they fight this gang the night before as they arrived in the Demon Realm. After this point, they then, will just have to travel by foot since they don't have a ship. Them then seeing, well, a lot of crimes and the terrible police of the Demon Realm, as some little girl actually intervenes and stops them from, well, doing a bunch of bad things, though she then is nearly captured until Goku steps in and they easily defeat them and escape, eventually heading to the 3rd Demon Realm King. And well, the daughter is actually the girl who was saving the village. Oh my god, it's so shocking. Then after, we then have Goku fight the soldiers and he just beats on them, even going Super Saiyan to toy with them. And eventually they head face off against the 3rd Tamagami, as that's their next goal, to get the 3 Demon Realm Dragon Balls, to use them to maybe get Dende back or to restore themselves into adults. A Bear Thief tries to rob them, but then Goku and Glorio argue on who will fight him, eventually fighting each other. And after base, Goku puts up a pretty good fight against Glorio. He easily defeats him in Super Saiyan, even in his kid body, which is just incredibly impressive. After this point, we then head to the village where the 3rd Tamagami is, and after preparing, Goku faces off. This is probably the best fight in the series of Daima. I just really love the choreography, and in the end, Goku defeats the Tamagami using Super Saiyan 2, one-shotting him. And after this point, the Tamagami is actually pretty quirky and has them play some weird cup game. Eventually, Goku's able to guess where the Dragon Ball is and get it, finally completing the 3rd Demon Realm. After some shenanigans, they eventually arrive at the end of the 3rd Demon Realm, heading to the 2nd, though Vegeta, Bulma, and, well, the assistant of the 3rd Demon Realm King had actually arrived, as he had already went to get them before the ship would be built, so then they could all arrive early, and they all decide to head to the 2nd Demon Realm, though Goku's group would have to go first due to, well, the issue of ships, as they're pretty rare in the Demon Realm. As they would then arrive in the 2nd Demon Realm, and after meeting up, they then head off to face off against the 2nd Tamagami, though while this was happening, Dr. Rinsu had actually been creating 2 new Majins, Majin Ku and Majin Du, to fight against Tamagami 1. The Tamagamis are also just villains who are really strong with the Dragon Balls. I forgot to mention that because, let's be honest, who cares? Anyway, we then head off and see the battle between Vegeta and Tamagami 2, as well as the battle between Majin Du and Tamagami 1, and after a very, very intense battle for both, death. Eventually, both defeat their Tamagamis, and with the help of Majin Ku, Do and Vegeta succeed to get their Dragon Balls. Obviously, Ku didn't help Vegeta, but he helped Do. After this, we then head off to the final Demon Realm after Neva uses his super busted Namekian powers to, well, go through and make a portal to the first Demon Realm. Also, there's a completely filler episode about giants, and that really pissed me off when I watched the series. The team face off against the police of the Demon Realm in the first Demon Realm, though eventually they're able to defeat them, and even this weird Ginyu Force looking group, for some reason who were in the show, I don't know why they weren't cut. Anyway, we then get to the final battle against Goma. Well, first there was also an encounter between Dr. Arinsu and Goku and Majin Do, but that did not go anywhere. That was filler. And then Goma came in and he was like, oh, I'm gonna beat everyone up, and he also got the third eye somehow, which is a power-up in the series that he wanted earlier in the series. Again, I didn't mention it because it's out of nowhere with how powerful it is, so I guess it gotta be an ass pull in your own head, even if it was set up. Anyway, we then have the fight between Goma and everybody, and initially he just beats everybody up, even when they team up, even with the help of Dr. Arinsu's squad and got Tamagami 1, they all just get blasted easily. So eventually Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, puts up a better fight, and then as well Majin Do somehow gets Super Saiyan 3 and helps Goku a lot. Also, Super Saiyan Goku fought Do earlier, which was kind of crazy since, Do beat the strongest Tamagami. Power scaling-wise, the series is really, really weird. Anyway, we then reach Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which comes out of nowhere as Neva just unlocks his power. He then beats on Goma until Goma just gets stronger out of nowhere. He does this multiple times, like he does this against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Eventually, Glorio was actually working for Dr. Arinsu, which was shown a lot earlier, but I just didn't show it because, again, I don't want to spoil the whole series, which I'm kind of doing, but watch the actual series. It's really good. And basically, Glorio has the option to either help Dr. Arinsu or make a wish to help everybody turn into adults, which he makes everybody an adult. Also, Dende was saved earlier. I just forgot to mention it because, well, Degasu became a filler character because he did not do anything in the show. Anyway, Goku as an adult is a lot stronger as well as Vegeta, so in base form is somehow putting up a better fight against Goma than Super Saiyan 4 Kid Goku, and Goma gets another plot boost, meaning even Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta as an adult has no chance somehow. Again, this really does not make sense because the third eye is just limitless apparently. Goku fights him after showing all of his forms and eventually uses Super Saiyan 4, and as an adult with the help of everybody else, they're able to defeat him by hitting him in the back of the head 3 times, which is somehow the way you defeat the third eye. As the series ends, we leave everybody in the Demon Realm. I feel like Majin Do would have been really helpful in the TOP, but maybe I'm just crazy, but again, this is an alternate timeline apparently. It's very weird and we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's the series. Again, watch it yourself. This is a very, very, very oversimplified summary of the series, and please subscribe because I'm actually making a full review of the series that I'm gonna post at some point this month or next month, so please subscribe, and thank you for watching this video.